Let's take a look at some of these practice problems where you have to predict whether each compound is soluble or insoluble. And let's take a look. What I did was, for convenience, is I took a screenshot of the solubility chart so we can use this to kind of evaluate this. So first of all these things on the top, this bucket, those are all the soluble compounds, and these are the exceptions. And the bottom bucket is the insoluble compounds, and these are the exceptions. Okay, so let's take a look at the first one, nickel sulfide. The first step you want to do is let's use a different color so we can kind of see the difference. The first step is you want to write out the ions from the compound. So that's going to be Ni2 plus and S2 minus. So those are the two ions. Then you look for either of those ions in the chart, okay, and then go from there. So I don't see nickel anywhere in this chart on this side. So look on the left side first, and then, but I do see S2 minus on this side. S2 minus is out here, okay? And what it says is that compounds containing the following ions are generally soluble. So are generally insoluble. So if it's got S2 minus, it's got to be insoluble, but let's check the exceptions first. So for the exceptions, you got to look for the nickel 2 plus. There's no nickel. I don't see any nickel out here. And if there's no nickel out here, that means that this compound is insoluble. So I'm going to put a capital I out here for insoluble. Let's take a look at the next example. Mg3PO4 twice. Let's split them into the ions. So it's going to be Mg2 plus, and then the PO4 3 minus. Straight off the bat, I remember seeing PO4 3 minus out here. That's sitting out there. Compounds that contain this ion are insoluble. And let's look at the exceptions. There's no Mg2 plus out here. Therefore, this compound is insoluble as well. Capital I. Let's take a look at C, lithium carbonate. Let's write out the ions. So Li plus, 2 of them, and CO3 2 minus. All right. So CO3 2 minus, I remember seeing that out here. But then Li plus is also on this list. There it is. So you can choose either way. But essentially, if a compound contains Li plus, there are no exceptions. So therefore, this has got to be soluble. I'm going to put a capital S and circle it. And then the final one is this one, NH4Cl. So the ions are going to be NH4 plus and Cl minus. NH4 plus also actually sits in the same row as the Li plus, and there are no exceptions to the rule. Therefore, this is going to be soluble as well. All right, I hope that made sense.